Ukraine is struggling to counter Russian air and artillery superiority with depleted strength and dated aircraft. The Ukrainian Air Force is suffering. The Ukrainians fly Soviet-era jets like Sukhois and Migs, and the country's current fleet of warplanes. It's older than modern Ukraine itself. President Zelensky has been pressing Western allies to provide it with more modern jets to help defend itself against Russia. Will Kyiv get the Gripen fighter? Now, Ukrainian pilots have completed a first training round with Sweden's Gripen fighter jets. The Scandinavian country has not, however, confirmed if it will donate any of the jets to Kyiv. Swedish Defence Minister said, I'm quoting here, the orientation training has been completed and according to the report that I've received from the Defence Forces, the training went well. The preliminary training included test flights both in the aircraft and simulators and information sessions for ground crew. Now, in late August, Denmark and the Netherlands announced that they would donate American F-16 jets to Kyiv, with Norway following suit shortly after. Now, the planes are to be delivered once the pilots are trained. The United States is also training Ukrainian pilots. On Tuesday, Russian President Vladimir Putin criticized the donations to Kyiv, saying that they would only prolong the conflict. Let's now also take a look at the challenges of giving warplanes to Kyiv. Now, preparing Ukrainian pilots to fly the Western warplanes, that is of course going to take time. It takes them away from the current fight as well. Training pilots could take months, even years, given how complex the fighter jets are. A fighter jet comes with an entire ecosystem that supports it. To function it in a war zone, it needs complex and specialized engineering. Fourth-generation fighter jets, like the ones requested by Ukraine, require extensive maintenance after almost every fight. And handing over the jets would be a long-term commitment. And the issue is not only about ensuring deliveries. Any jets handed over by NATO countries become Ukrainian property so that no NATO personnel are involved directly in the war. But that means Ukrainians must also be trained in maintaining the planes, adding more time to this entire process. The big question here, which fighter is best suited for Ukraine? Now, Ukraine's Western allies possess a variety of combat jets, like F-16s, Eurofighter Typhoon, and unlike aircrafts like Eurofighter Typhoon, Gripen, it's designed for short takeoff and to cope with a short, rough runway. Now, some NATO member countries are worried that handing jets to Ukraine would be viewed as escalating the war, risking a direct confrontation with Russia. The Kremlin has already made repeated accusations that NATO is an aggressor by proxy. Now, will fighter jets be a magic wand for Ukraine? That's another big question. Western fighters with standoff weapons would offer an improved capability to destroy fixed Russian targets near the front lines. However, they would be at high risk from Russian air defenses. Pilots would thus have to fly very low near the front line, something that would reduce missile range and limit strike options as well. Now, here's a look at the key details about the JAS-39 Gripen supersonic jet. As per the Ministry of Defense and Armed Forces of the Czech Republic, the fighter has an empty weight of around 5,600 kilograms. The Swedish aircraft, it has a maximum takeoff weight of 13,000 kilograms. The Gripen boasts of a maximum armament payload of 4,200 kilograms. Meanwhile, the capacity of the external tank stands at 2,400 litres. And the Gripen's maximum speed at high level, that's over 2,100 kilometers per hour. And additionally, the maximum speed at sea levels, that's more than 1,200 kilometers per hour. Lastly, the range radius. With 2,000 kilogram payload, that is 700 kilometers. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.